don't mean to start an argument. Yeah, I'm just trying to spark a conversation. Like love can make it tired.
Hello, and welcome to the next episode of What's the P? A show that provides a platform for gay black men to discuss topics, issues, and concerns of the world around us and how it impacts our community. I'm Curtis Rusella.
I'm Justin Lamar.
And we are your show's hosts. Today's topic of discussion will be self-acceptance and coming out. What prompted us to do the show today was an episode clip seen on Facebook, MTV, Real World, on Watch. It was a discussion about Justin and Dondre's struggle to support one another when Justin believes that homosexuality is something that isn't helpful to the black progress on a mass scale.
Ask him.
How can you say you respect me, but also say you don't support me? Because my sexuality is a part of me. That's negative in itself.
We're talking about this video of you that showed up on the thread about how you said black gay people gave so much to the progress of the black community, but you don't agree with the lifestyle.
Yeah. Everything I promote is what I feel like would be best for black progress on a mass scale. So I'm gonna promote heterosexual relationships among black people.
So you don't think that homosexuality is good for the black community?
I'm not gonna promote it on a mass scale.
So no.
Knowing that.
So you don't think being a homosexual is good for the black community?
I feel like it's good for people to live their truth. But I'm gonna promote something that's gonna grow black populations as much as possible. Making that video was risky, but I feel it was important. A child should be around their biological mother and father, and so that's something that I personally believe.
It's just, you're just not what's best for the community, Dondre.
I'm talking to you as another black man, talking to another black man who's promoting growth in the community. You're not supporting the black community as a whole in all aspects of it. I am. You just said my lifestyle isn't what's best to help a black community. I feel like we could promote that, bro, and still not cast a certain demographic of the community out. I'm kind of getting emotional about it, because if people were more understanding and accepting, there's a lot of gay black kids who scared to come out to their families and just be the best them and live in like their truth. That conversation is what I want out of like just how other people like him kind of push out black gay people. You don't have to demonize us, man. I gotta speak what I feel.
Growing up in a black community as a gay male, it is looked upon as you are weak, less than, soft, or something not to even be discussed. Why do you believe we allow family and friends to diminish who we are as it pertains to our sexuality and self-worth?
I don't allow my family and friends to talk about my sexuality when it pertains to them, period, because my sexuality is my sexuality. My family actually don't... we don't really even discuss it, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think that's a bad thing.
You think it's a bad thing that we don't even discuss it at all?
Why?
Because I feel like it's not, I don't talk about their straight relationships. I don't care.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
You talk about their relationships, you talk about their kids, you talk about them getting married, you talk about their presents that they've got for Christmas from their spouses. Mm-hmm. But no, we do. Not specifically you,
yeah, I don't.
but
yeah.
they do that in their life all the time. I hear that statement all the time. And we do that innately. And when it comes to us as gay men, we take ourselves out of the situation, and or they don't feel it's comfortable. Yeah, they don't acknowledge it.
I think for me personally, I think we give our families a pass sometimes. Mm-hmm. Not me personally, because my family, they ask about how's Ron, what did you do? You know, but I think we always give our family our their respect thing. Oh, they're our elders, so we're not going to say anything to them, even though we know it's wrong.
I hear that all the time too. Again, like people go, how come you haven't talked about your spouse or your significant other? And they say, because I'm respecting them. Wait a minute, where's the respect for you?
I guess it's because,
you know, like
when you say they're respecting them, I guess it's because they probably had like some issues about it. So they don't want to cross that line into going into, having arguments or big debates about their sexuality. My family knows about me. It's been laid out on the table since I can remember. I have never stated that I was straight or I was gay. It was just something that was just known for me.
Okay.
So I talk about my relationships with my stepdad, my mom, and my grandparents. They're actually waiting on me to bring a guy home, like right now. They're ready for it. But I know.
They're progressive.
Yeah, very. It's always been that way for me though. Like I feel like I never had to hide who I was.
And you know for me, I think I was exposed to the understanding of the lifestyle. My oldest sister was with lesbian relationship for years. They even went as far as having that commitment ceremony when nobody was getting married in the gay community,
Really?
like the 90s, early 90s. Yeah, my sister did. And so for me, I have a very supportive family. My mother is one of those kind of people that wants to understand the lifestyle. She wants to understand what's going on. Before anybody else knows anything about you, your mother knows about you before anything else. No matter what you communicate, no matter what you talk about, your mother's gonna know. And I think my mother is a great example of, as well as a lot of other mothers and fathers out there in the world who come to them and you say, as far as the acceptance piece, and she says nothing's changed about you.
Right.
What you just said.
You're still my
same.
baby.
You're still the same. Nothing's gonna change. The conversation, in my opinion, does have to happen, so that whenever you do decide, not that you're going to live your own life, but typically you would want your family involved with what you have going on in your
It's
life.
something.
Because you
With
don't want
something
that.
in
You
your
don't want
life.
that meme that they pass around during
Thanksgiving,
Thanksgiving.
Christmas.
How's your friend?
Right, and they really don't. They're talking
see
about
what I mean?
you're correct.
But my grandma say that. She was like, "So where's your
That's
friend that you was talking
disrespectful.
to?" But it's not disrespectful to me.
It's,
I don't know.
I think
Well, no,
it's disrespectful.
but it's
When she
that's,
said friend,
that's just shade. So
It
somebody
is.
say because they want to have the conversation, they don't know how to have the conversation.
With you.
They want to say, "How's your roommate doing?"
Well,
she'll
that's
say
the
that.
same thing.
They
Well,
would never
yeah,
say that like
but
that.
I know, but and see, it would be do you have an open communication with your family
We do.
where you won't give them an opportunity to tell you anything like that?
Well, I think this group is probably a little different because it seems like there's a lot of supportive families right at this
Ooh,
table.
I won't necessarily say that. My real dad, we don't have a relationship. His side of the family, they don't accept that I'm gay, which I really don't care.
Okay.
Like I never have. So I said my stepdad. I really call him my real dad because he was there like my whole life. But back to my real dad, they never supported anything about me. Like they didn't birthdays, Christmases, like none of that. They was never there for me. So yeah, they're not supportive at all.
Like my dad got married a couple of years ago. He was asking me, are you going to bring someone? And it was, no, I'm not, because I wasn't.
Right.
I wasn't
Wow.
dating anyone at the time to even bring anybody.
Did you
So-
feel comfortable in doing so if you were?
He did. So I mean, I assumed he was like, bring some. You can bring some. You can
No,
bring some.
but
You can
would
bring
you?
If I was dating somebody, yeah, because my dad is very overly affectionate, overly supportive.
And when you say bring someone, bring as in a male spouse?
Yeah, he asked me. He was like, "Are you
Or
bringing?"
just a friend? Okay.
He was like, "Are you bringing somebody?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not bringing like nobody." He was like, "Well, you could bring a boyfriend or whatever." Like, I don't have one to bring.
For someone to meet your mother
Mm,
or
that's
your
special.
father,
That's
Yeah.
just
it's a very intimate moment.
very.
And it does expose you to things,
Mhm.
to conversations that
Yes.
the person you might be dating don't know anything about.
Right.
But when you have vocal parents or
Yes.
siblings who would
Ooh.
talk about things around them, and you're like,
Yes.
why did you say that?
Right.
But
like you out of line, girl.
but it happens. So
Right.
luckily my sisters and my mother, before my dad passed away, I mean same thing. I've always been very transparent with my family, and being from a small town that is set back 25 years, I wouldn't say it was. I never even really thought about what people thought about me until I went to the professional world. When I used to say it don't matter what people think about me, but then I started saying, well, it does matter. Because then when you begin to represent a group of people, and when it comes to being socially accepted, it's acceptance, period. In a town like Beaumont, it was like, what does that look like? You just say, I'm trying to live, and just have to live my
Right.
life.
That's a great segue into our questions. How do you feel about being gay as a choice, or are you born gay?
I'm born gay. When the straight people say, a person is choose to be gay, I tell them, okay, so that means you had an option to choose to be gay, and you chose to go straight. I want the month, the day, the year, and the
Don't
time
exist.
that you chose to be straight. I want to know what did you wake up and said, you know what,
I'm straight.
I'm straight today.
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is that I did that
Right.
when you didn't even
You
do that.
controlled it.
Right. So when they say that, you know, you chose to be gay, I was like, well, I don't have a time to give you when I made that decision. So you know, so I believe you are born gay. Like people knew that I was gay before I knew I was gay. So
I agree. I was harassed as a kid, like all the time, and I was chastised by adults
right.
in some instances for being effeminate and not even understanding what that was in that situation.
Right.
You know, like, but now when you look back at it, you're like,
Okay.
oh, they were chastising me because I was gay,
Yeah.
and I don't like it. You know, so like, I do believe you. They know you were born gay because everybody can go, oh, I knew when he was little he was sweet. You know, so
Yeah.
they know.
Yeah.
So I think when we say born gay, I think that we are born who we are.
Right.
I think that sometimes that's where gender identity come into place.
Okay.
And when people start saying, well, this is who I'm, but I identify as this. So I wouldn't necessarily say born gay, but I would say people know how they identify. And then that's where the LGBTQIA come in, where people say this is what I choose to identify as. Or people who in the transgender world, whenever they choose to live their life as a woman.
Okay.
However, with their attractions are different.
Right.
So I think the conversation goes deeper as far as attraction.
I don't think that's how it works.
Well, for some people it does. It's a
That's
matter
a little
of
tricky for
when
me, 'cause
it
I don't
is.
know.
It's a slippery
I
slope because
honestly
you really
don't
don't know.
know.
Because you start thinking, how far back do I remember when I was attracted to guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I
But they
know.
wouldn't call you
I
gay
really-
when you were a child. They would just say you're feminine.
Yeah, you look like boy.
And you have some qualities in
You
you
got some
that
sugar in your
some
tank.
yeah, a little something.
Mhm.
You know?
Sugar.
So when people say they might grow up
And be gay.
and choose to live the lifestyle, but like I said, you have children that's 2 years old.
Yeah, I'm going. I had a discussion with a sibling about that. You know, like the counterpart doesn't want them doing a certain thing because they believe that it'll turn them gay. Like it's like you're.
Sometimes
You
that
can't
story.
turn
Sometimes.
and you know, like it's that. Yeah, just because your kid is affectionate and you're showing
Correct.
affection to the kid, and the kids are loving and happy and not going around knocking the shit out of them, it doesn't make them gay. It does not.
Right.
It makes them a whole person if they can express their feelings, if they can express emotions
It's all about self-expression.
outside of anger.
For kids too as well. I was the only boy.
Me
I
too.
had 3 older sisters. As a child, I did things boys did. I played marbles in the dirt. I loved
trench
all
runners,
kind of stuff.
Nintendo.
I mean, it was so much. Anybody that knows me knows that my life as a little boy was great. I wasn't one of those little boys that played with dolls. That just wasn't me. However, even if oh, you play with dolls?
I wasn't the baby boy. I was.
But even with that being said, even if you did not play with it, and that doesn't change anything.
Right.
What happens to kids is that I think a doll is a doll is a toy.
It's something to play with.
it's something to play
So
with.
when people say things like, "Oh, don't let your son play with a doll," that's for girls. Or when you talk about
It's
colors
a G.I. Joe.
and you say pink is for girls and blue is for boys, you know, like baby showers. You know, you say, "Oh, blue is for this," but that's just something that we've created. You know, to kind of social construct. We create those constructs so that we can be able to identify blue is for boy, pink is for
Put
We
people
girls,
want to
in
be
their
able
box.
to
We
say
wanna put
this
them
is
in the
this.
and put them in. This is how you're
This-
supposed to be.
yeah,
But
this is this.
again,
Maybe what do you think?
I think you were born gay. That's just my personal opinion. Like, I don't think you can be able to choose. Only people that's a part of the LGBT that can't really choose is lesbians and gay men. Everybody else is bisexual, trans. You can choose those things. You can choose the rest of those acronyms that I really don't know the meaning to.
it's a different conversation.
So for me,
Outside.
I
Interesting.
think when you're growing up, you don't know. You know something is different, but you don't know how to identify it.
Correct.
I think, like Iris said, the adults say, oh, that's what you're gonna be.
Society.
But then when you get older, you be like, hold on, okay, this is what I like. This is who I am. Okay, yes, this is who I am. So a choice, born, it's split up to you. Different people say different things, but I feel like for me, I was born. Because you know at a young age, hey, I'm a little bit different from this other fourth grader.
Right.
So that being said, what age did you realize that you were gay, and how did you deal with it?
Oh,
Man,
I was young.
I think for me, I think it had to be middle school. About 13, 14, puberty. You're looking at yourself. You start, these hormones are a little different. They're not going towards girls. They're going towards guys.
Right.
You looking on TV like, oh, I never thought they were cute, but...
You find
Really?
that,
I feel like I was way younger.
For me, my hormones started...
I thought a guy was handsome and really cute, and like when I was like 5 and 6 years old. I never felt any type of attraction to a young girl or a woman. I always looked towards a guy, and that's how I just knew I was different.
Right. And you used the word different because you don't know what this feeling.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was.
I wasn't like that. Like
You're a military child.
No,
Just Curtis, you're a different breed.
I think there has to be somebody else out there like that, because when I grew up, I always heard men and women say that men and women look nice. Like, and so
I heard that too.
So when I seen a guy and I thought they were attractive, I was like, oh, he's good looking. And I saw a girl, I was like, oh, she's pretty. You know, so it wasn't a big deal. I didn't date anybody, and I didn't mess around with anybody, and didn't do nothing until I was 27. And so it just, it wasn't a late bloomer. I just wasn't interested.
Late bloomer.
I just, no. I was not interested. And I grew up, everybody was telling me I was gay. You're gay. You're gay. You're gay. But I don't know if they were saying it because I had effeminate qualities, or because I didn't want to date girls or date anybody. Because I didn't want to date anybody. And people were like, everybody's out there, these guys, I felt like guys were out there having sex and getting girls pregnant. And just because I wasn't out there doing that
you were
mess, that you were deeming me as gay. And I'm like, I'm not even interested in even doing any of that stuff. Yeah. And so, like, why are you doing that to me? Because all I knew was I associated it with a bad thing. And it just, I don't know. So I didn't even think about, like, my mom and them asked me plenty of times, you gay? I'm like, no, I don't. I honestly, I was just like, they were like, it's okay. I'm like, oh, okay.
So, I think people force people to choose.
They do.
And that's the P. We'd like to thank our guest hosts, Clarence, Damien, and Audrey, for sharing their P. Take 3 seconds to subscribe and like on our channel. Also, remember to share this episode with your family and friends and continue the discussion. We look forward to seeing you, hearing your P, Monday night on Facebook Live at 7:30. And that's the P.